We're joined by Sviatoslav Yurash, the Ukraine MP and head of the Parliamentary Friendship Group with India. Thanks very much, Mr. Yurash, for being with us. Are you still carrying that weapon of yours because you intend to fight till the very end if it boils down to it?
Well, there's plenty of fighting happened, and as I told you yesterday, I'm going now to the points outside of Kiev, basically, where various members of parliamentary team of mine are defending, and basically I'm starting with the point to the west of Kiev and try to verify and check, and I'm bringing some volunteers with me who I got to basically receive the means in which they can try and help defend our country, as well as bringing different supplies. And again,
well, Mr. Yurash, do you have any military training at all? I know you've armed yourself and you've armed others, but are you trained in this?
Two things there. First, when you're fighting for your survival, you learn quickly. Second, when you are basically looking at the situation that we have right now, every single person counts, and we need to try and arm everybody who wants to help us defend our country. And the point here is that to win this fight, we need to make everybody available to try and actually succeed. Again, we are fighting against one of the biggest armies in the world. So in this fight, there is no shortage of demands and requests and possibilities to try and help in that battle.
Now, Mr. Yurash, what about the prospect of peace? Because what Russia has been saying in the last little while is that, in fact, it's Ukraine which is not responding to this call for peace. They want peace talks in Belarus.
Our president started in response of Mr. Putin's speech not even a week ago, when he denounced our state's existence and our nation's existence. He started with the response with diplomatic overtures that Ukraine is more than willing to try and approach and take and build up on. The problem here is that Russia is attacking us. There is no lone fighting that you're describing. In Kiev, we are receiving cruise missiles that essentially are attacking military targets and civilian targets. Maybe you've seen the footage of the multi-story building which was hit.
Yes, we've been carrying that.
Many casualties, yes. And there are fighting happening all over the country. There's fighting in the south of the country, very active one. They are landing their troops all over Kiev to try and circle the city. They basically go to Chernobyl area. They are moving into the north of the city. They are trying partially blocking the east. And
so
they are
do you
trying
see
to control the
Russian
west.
boots on the ground in Kiev in, say, 24 hours unless you can resist them? I mean, is this the last stand for Kiev?
Kiev is by no means at the point of a last stand. Again, everybody is arming, everybody is getting ready, everybody is doing what I'm doing right now, as millions of people that live in Kiev are trying to find their place in defense of our city, of our capital city. The president is here, prime minister is here, every single leader of our country is here, and we shall put together everything we have to defend our capital.
Mr. Yurash, one final question. How long do you believe that you can sustain this military defense? Because obviously their forces are much larger, and you are putting up an incredible defense of your city, not just Kiev but other areas as well. From what we are seeing videos, there are serious Russian losses on the ground. That seems clear. But this is the worry for Ukraine, isn't it? That you will not be able to indefinitely sustain this. Where is this headed now? Is this going to end up being a guerrilla sort of insurgency, or call it what you want, for an overt period of time?
Well, the reality is we need to bring everything, because we are fighting for our state's very existence. It's not a question of limited resources. It's a question of us continuing as independent state, as independent nations. Our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers fought in the Second World War, in the First World War, just for this purpose. They won us our freedom. Our job now is to protect that freedom. And again, no price is too big, no cost is too much.
One final question, Mr. Yurash. You speak so passionately for your country, and it is inspiring, no doubt, for people around the world who believe in what Ukraine has to say at this juncture. But my final question is this. Ukraine has claimed thousands of Russian casualties. They've said that thousands of Russian soldiers have died. Where are the remains, the mortal remains of these soldiers? Are they being handed over to the Red Cross? How is that happening?
Actually, we called, there's famous video going around of Ukrainian Ministry of Defense calling Russian Ministry of Defense and saying, how can we give you the dead that we have? How can we pass you them? Capacity of the dead that we have. We also have hundreds of POWs, Russian POWs, who essentially are calling them mothers, who ask why are they in Ukraine or why are they getting captured in Ukraine. We have those POWs and we are giving them medical help, and we are trying to showcase that Ukraine here is a country that is determined to continue on the humanitarian path of democracy and respect for all. The problem here is, again, we are invaded and we are in the life or death struggle here. And we shall do everything to try and build our freedom.
All right, Sviatoslav Jurash, thank you very much for being with us, and please do stay safe, all of you over there. I just wanted to go across at this stage to Bhanu Sahni. He's been living in Ukraine for 35 years. Mr. Sahni, it's a terrible situation. Could you tell us how you are managing with your family and your friends?
First of all, thanks for having me over and giving the voice to an Indian, my perspective. I flew into Delhi on Wednesday by probably the last possible flight. We weren't expecting this kind of an military operation by Russia. Vladimir Putin's been lying all through this while, talking about some special military operation in Donbass. What we are seeing unfolding is a massive attack from all sides.